You must watch this right away if you hold XRP. Hi there, lovely individuals. Peppocoin channel. We are going to discuss XRP. We will discuss the cryptocurrency markets. However, this is your weekly reminder that cryptocurrency investing is dangerous, as we do every Monday. A rug pull, bankruptcy, wallet hack, smart contract hack, or just a slit coin dropping to zero can all cost you all of your money. Never make larger investments than you can bear to lose. Additionally, please be aware that I will never message you on social media to ask you to send me money or join up for anything. I'm not DMing any of you. Be extremely cautious out there, please. A brief recap of our conversation from last night. Norman appears to send messages. He declared that he would stop the lead. We'll see how that turns out. In the upcoming days, I'll give you an update on what's happening there. I'm hoping we can move past this and I can spend some time by the pool. If my children enter, they may return since, as I understand it, they went to play at the kids' area. I had some spare time. In a moment, you may hear children entering. Well, however, this week is crucial. We have some important occasions. Well, with a 0.5% increase, XRP is currently trading at $3.04, up 0.5% for the day. As you can see, XRP deviated from the pattern. Well, here it is. There's something a little off about this. Later, I'll change that. Time of technical difficulty. I previously hit a button that caused all of my lines to move. Later, I'll change that. Additionally, we received Ethereum at 4,600, Bitcoin at 116,262, and Sol at 240. You'll also see that altcoins are at an all-time high, which is also interesting. Fascinating. In a moment, I will demonstrate that to you. On Tuesday, however, we will see August retail sales statistics if we go and look at what we're going to have this week. That's tomorrow then. Then on Wednesday, the Fed made its interest rate decision, which the entire world is watching, and it appears that the Fed will lower interest rates. Therefore, I'm not sure if it will be a huge surprise. What he says at the news conference is what people will be observing, what he has planned for the upcoming months, correct? Markets typically function by making predictions about what will occur 3, 6, and other months from now. That's why it's common to observe that the bottom may occur several months before the start of a real recovery, for instance. For instance, the market was already rising during the 2008 financial crisis. Despite the fact that the economy was still struggling because the big money was already forecasting a 6-month recovery, and they always made their purchases at the lowest price. Well, as a result, that will be what people watch. It's kind of cool if you haven't seen how the market has responded to these two events. For a geek like myself, it's kind of cool. I'm not sure if you are aware. As a 17-year-old may say, it's cool. Simply put, though, I enjoy viewing the graph while it is active. First claims of unemployment on a Thursday, and this is the expected outcome. A year after the previous Fed rate drop, which was aggressive at 0.5%, came the first rate cut of 2025. And there haven't been any rate reductions since. As you can see, there is some green and some red here. Investors will naturally be sitting on the sidelines during a week of uncertainty. Therefore, even if XRP has made a splash here, I can appreciate the lack of interest. I have read all of your comments regarding the reasons why the audience has somewhat decreased. Understand it. Well, however, this is the norm. In fact, there has been a lot of interest in XRP for the past year or so, and these lulls do occur, don't they? We also experienced, I believe, a lull in June, during which interest was somewhat lower. Correct. I'll simply make sure. Yes, I believe that the interest rate dropped little in June or July. We then experienced a peak in August, specifically in late July and early August, as a result of the run-up. Indeed, June was the month with the lowest level of interest. Once more, this is the way things may be in the cryptocurrency market at times. Seasonality is the cause. The FOMO starts to set in when there are run-ups. It's simply a feature of the game. You can now benefit from these up and down movements. Please contact our partner BTCC if you're interested. Can provide you with the chance to go long short. The trading competition is still open through September 17th. Therefore, if you have already signed up, you are also a part of the competition if you like to enter. In addition, there is the Jaren Jackson Jr. jersey and a USDT prize pool of $500,000. Please, please, please trade responsibly though, as always. Leverage has helped me make a lot of money, but it has also cost me a lot of money. So please trade sensibly. Additionally, despite the fact that Bitcoin has existed for 14 years, exchanges have shut down. In closed positions, we have observed it go and solve. Therefore, go over the reuse agreement, make sure it's available in your nation, and that you are aware of the dangers and rewards. Additionally, I will receive a commission if you click on my link. So I'm grateful for that. In addition, the AVI and the 1348 EMA, the last day here at $5 is an amazing indicator. I will thus close the $5 option. Therefore, now is the perfect time for you to sign up. Additionally, we will only have the $10 option starting tomorrow. It will be slightly more costly, but still rather affordable for all the lazy pokes out there after I give you the chance. The description below contains the link. In an effort to reduce fraud and expedite transactions, Justin, Visa, and MasterCard are advocating for more tokenized payments. A major triumph for real-world assets, tokenization is increasingly becoming central to the flow of money. Ripple and XRP are involved in tokenization and real-world assets. I believe that these are the two keywords, or whatever they are called. What's the word? Tell me in the space provided for comments. What am I trying to find? The terms stablecoins and tokenization are used by the U.S. government, wealthy corporations, BlackRock, and everyone else when discussing these topics. That's the buzzword right now. Therefore, I believe that a large portion of the funds will go toward this. Much of the attention will be diverted. And moving forward, it's critical to comprehend and acknowledge that. The banking giant Citigroup was once again overtaken by XRP. I appreciate you watching. Next time, I hope to see you. Let's make a lot of money, as I usually say.